State Assembly Member Rebecca Bauer-Kahan. From our County Board, David Hobbert. Alameda County Office of Education Superintendent Elise Castro. Members of our Dublin City Council, our new mayor, Michael McCorson. Jean Josie. Sherry Hu. Kashif Kadiri. And former Mayor Melissa Hernandez. We'd also like to recognize our City Manager, Linda Smith. And now for our Dublin Unified School District Board of Trustees, President Kristen Pella. Vice President William Kuo. Trustee Dan Sherrier. Trustee Gabby Blackman. And Trustee Kristen Speck. And now for our Dublin Unified School District Executive Cabinet, Superintendent Chris Funk. Assistant Superintendent, Ed Services, Matt Campbell. Assistant Superintendent, Business Services, Chris Hobbs. Assistant Superintendent, Human Resources, Heather Campos. And Assistant Superintendent of Facilities, Thomas Moore. Next, we have our Police Chief, Nate Smith. Captain Miguel Campos. Our officers who work closely with our schools, led by SRO Sergeant Chris Shepard and his staff. And our Fire Chief, William McDonald. I'd like to also recognize our partners with the Livermore-Amador Valley Transportation Agency who've worked with us with new bus routes to Emerald High. Members of our Dublin Chamber of Commerce, thank you. Our partners in the Tri-Valley Regional Occupation Program, Julie Duncan and Suzanne Smith. We'd also like to recognize the wonderful partnership, Dublin Partners in Education, Gary Leach, Angela Clifford, and Lily Radwan. We also have partners in the region with the Construction Trades Workforce Initiative. We have Belly Acharya and Priscilla Hong. We'd like to recognize former board members who've been supportive of our project in opening Emerald High School. Amy Miller, Megan Ross, Dan Cunningham, Joe Giannini, Niranjana Natarajan, Katie Chung, Tini Mukherjee. Thank you. And also the former superintendents of Dublin Unified, Dr. Daniel Mariah, Dr. Dave Markin, and Steve Hankey. And this list is a little long. It's our Emerald High School design team. I'd like to recognize our partnership with the UC Berkeley School of Education Leadership Programs, led by Dr. Leahy Rosenthal and Dr. Rebecca Chung. Our Emerald High School design team was made up of over 30 community members, parents, students, teachers, staff, and leadership. Lenny Velez, Bill Bronca, Diana Heisey, Carter Stimson, Jamie Roberts, Patricia Ramsey, Shannon Pursley, Chris McDougall, Constance Penato, Sean McHugh, Shravya Mangamori, Hasini Dantula, Funmi Minette, Ritu Rao, Roshni Rao, Trin Tran, Emantai Ahmad, Tony Lee, Danita Moore, Joshi Madhavan, Asma Khatun, Himal Parikh, Nita Wahajat, Suzanne Smith, and Julie Duncan. Let's give them a round of applause. And lastly, I'd like to recognize all of our Emerald High School inaugural staff, students, and families who have gathered here. We have a wonderful staff. We are doubling the size of our staff going to next year, and we are really excited to get this next year going here at Emerald High School. Let's give our staff a round of applause. So I'd like to thank Trustee Blackman for giving me insight into what has come over the last 12 years to get us to this point, standing here at our brand new high school. She reminded me that the community forum at Fallon in the spring of 2014 in the multi-purpose room was filled wall to wall with families standing, sitting on the floor, probably exceeding capacity. And each person there felt the impact of the cram school through their children and the hardship it was creating. The community forum 12 years ago was the first time each of them saw that they weren't alone in the need for a brand new high school. The superintendent presented the district and the city's rampant growth issue and then listened to feedback. Hours and hours of people in the community spoke. Gabby waited 2 hours to speak. The forum, the purpose of that forum was to inform and engage. And that's what we do here in Dublin. We learn from each other and we engage with each other. And that became a transformational moment for this community. We listen to our needs of our families and of our children. We create priorities. This new high school has been a top priority in the Dublin community and in Dublin Unified. There were challenges along the way. Acquiring the site, I read all about it, whether it was going to be 2 blocks that way or where we're here now. But the community was resilient through it all. And it was the willpower of everyone here in this community to acquire the site, begin the process, groundbreaking, design, building the high school, supported not 1 bond, but 2 bond measures, and brought forth ideas of planning the school before us, our design team, our graduate aims, what we want each of our students to walk out of this school with when they cross that stage in 3 years. Choosing a school name, bringing a mascot to life, helping us build our academic and extracurricular focus, all to help the 2,400 students who will be living on this campus in the next couple of years. Each of these students matter, and each of our families matter, and that's what we are about here at Emerald High. It's a really big deal for this community, 12 plus years waiting. And we'd like to recognize the following people and groups who were the fierce advocates for building of our new school. Bill Carey, Hitendra Mishra, Jaga Murugesan, Ramya Ramakrishnan, Ganesan Ramu, Jennifer Situ, Carrie Chabot, the Burrows family, Catherine Kuo, Dean Barnes, Jing Fermesa, Jeff Gabel, Jose Martinez, Margaret Liang, the Morjani family, Bashkar Tatali, all the members of the review committee who oversaw the site analysis and selection, the Facilities Master Plan Committee, the Facilities Master Plan Update Committee, and all the volunteers for Bond Measure H and J. Emerald High School, thank you. Emerald High School is more than a campus. It's more than the facility. It is the will of tens of thousands of residents. It is the stories of the people standing here. The so very many people who are here today, many who are immigrants, many who strive for a better future for our children. This is more than a school project in this little California city. It exudes the majesty of what this nation is capable of, our democracy, our leadership, when we can come together to build our future. So thank you to everyone who we recognized just now. Thank you for your contributions, your support, your vision, your dreams. We are building a beloved community, and each member of this community is special and belongs here at Emerald High School. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our wonderful superintendent, Chris Funk, to the stage. Let's welcome him up.
Well, thank you so much, and welcome to Emerald, and what a joyous occasion. I'm going to be very brief with my remarks because words simply cannot describe this amazing facility that we have here now. It truly is a new jewel in our collection of schools in Dublin. When I arrived 3 years ago, this was nothing but dirt. Tykert Construction was doing all the underground work that needed to be done. But it was through the partnership of our amazing PBK architect and our BHM construction crew, along with our facilities crew, led by Thomas Moore and his team, to make this dream a reality. As Dr. Rojas mentioned, this was a long-standing promise for this community, and for many of you, an unfulfilled promise. But as I just complete my 34th year in education, and the majority of that time spent in the high school system, I can tell you, there's no other school like Emerald. This is an amazing and beautiful school. And I'm anxious to let you get out there and see it. So without further ado, let me introduce our board president, Kristen Poe.
Thank you. Welcome everyone to a very exciting day for our Dublin community. High schools are a gathering place in a city where neighbors and strangers can gather on a Friday night at a football or basketball or soccer game, on the weekend for a music, drama, or choir performance, or any other day of the week to celebrate these and the many other talents of our students. It is a gathering place where we can come together in support of one another and to cheer for a common community. For a long time, there was just one gathering place in Dublin, at Dublin High School, which was a wonderful way to bring the community together, but also created a lot of traffic, was a long distance away across town for people. Now we celebrate having two such gathering places, and I hope we can all continue to celebrate the successes of all of our students together. They may now be rivals in the field, or on the field or in the classroom, but I hope it can be a bit of a sibling relationship. Fierce rivalry at times, coming together to celebrate our successes at others. Some people may not know, this is actually the first time that the Dublin Unified School District has opened a high school. And there are some amazing parallels in the history of our town and schools with what has happened this year and the decade or so prior. In the early 1960s, dramatic growth in Dublin saw multiple elementary schools open in quick succession. At the time, there were two school districts serving the areas of Dublin and Pleasanton. The Murray School District served elementary and middle school students in both cities, and high school students were part of the Amador Valley High School District. Amador Valley High opened in the 1920s and was the only school in the area for a long time. In 1967, Valley Continuation High School opened, and Dublin High School was established. And students attended those three schools, all on the same Amador Valley campus, just as Emerald, Dublin, and Valley students did this year on the DHS campus. A year later, DHS students moved over to their own campus on Village Parkway as they continued to finish the construction there, and their first graduating class was in 1971. It was just a bit smaller than the 800 students, plus who graduated last week from Dublin High School. We now look forward to the first Emerald High class to graduate in 2027. So while this year has been challenging in terms of traffic and crowding on the Dublin High campus, it was a chance for our students to be one large community one last time and parallel the opening of DHS so many years ago. We now join our many neighboring cities in having 2 comprehensive high schools in our town, in addition to still having Valley High School as an important part of our community. I must take this opportunity on behalf of the school board to thank the voters and taxpayers of Dublin who have supported multiple bond measures over the years that have allowed us to build this and other new school facilities to house our growing student population. Must also thank our facilities team who have worked closely with BHM and all the other people who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make the school become a reality. When I was able to visit this school, nearly completed campus a few weeks ago, it almost felt like I was in a virtual reality simulation, because we have been looking at and discussing so many of the plans in the boardroom over the past 3.5 years. It is amazing to see it come to life. We have truly created a gem of a new high school, I couldn't resist, that we can all be proud of. I know that many people have waited a long time for this day, and we thank you for your patience and believe this campus is truly worth the wait. I look forward to all the community celebrations to come here on this campus and watching the Arawants and Gales compete against each other and work with each other in the years to come. Thank you for coming today as we celebrate this amazing milestone and officially open the Emerald High School campus to the community. Next up, I would like to turn the microphone over to Michael McCorriston as one of his very first duties as the newly appointed Mayor of Dublin.
Good morning, Dublin. How are you this morning? I am Michael McCorriston, and I am your Dublin Mayor. And I am excited to be here this morning to help you open up this exciting, beautiful school. It's Dublin's second comprehensive high school, as already pointed out, and it's amazing new amenity for the city. Before I begin, I want to ask a question. How many of you have had your coffee this morning? It's a rhetorical question, guys. I have. I just wanted to point out that sometimes people get confused when different colors don't match in your mayoral role here. I can assure you I've had my coffee and the color is intentional. No, it's not about let's go Giants. This is about gun violence awareness. Okay? And so I'd like you to think about that during the month and wear a little orange. So, back to the show. What a beautiful place this is. You know, it's taken a lot of hard work. Chris, his team, Chris, the other Chris, there he is right there, the board. You've all done a fabulous job. The city's been along there with you, seeing this grow, and I can truly understand the difficulties and the complexities that you've been through over this period of time. And of course, to all of us, we need to take credit in our support for the measures H and J for funding this operation. This is a fabulous cutting-edge school, and now it's become a reality, and I felt like pinching myself, but I don't need to because we all know it's right here. So not to steal anybody else's thunder, this is truly a state-of-the-art high school, and I think we will all be proud of it. It's got some great resources and facilities that will provide much-needed services for our growing community. I think you all agree that a great deal of educational opportunities in Dublin are just one of the many important reasons why people have come to our city over the past 20 years. And I know there are going to be more and more families that will continue to want to come to Dublin and count them as their home. And you know, they're going to want to come to this, I'm sure. No bias, just this is fantastic. So I just want to say, very briefly, congratulations to the Dublin Unified School District and to the many Dublin families who will call Emerald High School their campus now, very soon, right? And in many years to come. Thank you.
I'd like to now invite Assistant Superintendent, let me find my page here. Oh my goodness. Thomas Moore of Facilities to give us a couple of words. Thank you, Thomas.
What a great crowd. Really proud to see how many people have come today for a ribbon cutting. This is amazing. I want to thank everyone who's come throughout the time, these last few months, and when we've been giving tours. It's great to see students on campus and great to see the parents on campus too. So thank you all for your support. Good morning and welcome. My name is Thomas Moore. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Facilities Planning and Construction here at Dublin USD. It's been my pleasure to lead this project for the Dublin community. It has truly been an amazing effort with hundreds of dedicated and talented people involved. None of this would have been possible without the support of the citizens of Dublin, Superintendent Funk, and the Dublin Unified School District Board of Trustees. Thank you for your support. I would like to thank some of the people involved with phase one of this project. John Olson of Cumming Management Group, the PBK Architects team of Lauren Gatchin, Hector Mojica, Hannah Krisleva, Marnell Brindula, Elizabeth Watt, Elias Vasquez, and Jeffrey Juarez. Also in attendance from the PBK design team are some of the Berkeley folks that are on phase two. That is Jackie Bassman, Juan Pagan, Dina Matlock, Nicholas Mobley, Guillermo Otero, and Pallavi Bark. From PBK Folsom, we have in attendance Erica Kuntz, Tony Harris, and Jeff Juarez. And from PBK Fresno, Esther Valles and Joanne Duca Rodriguez. I would also like to thank our wonderful general contractors and all the subcontractors that have been involved on this project. In particular, from BHM, I'd like to thank Jeff Mazet, Seamus Dewar, Phil Stinson, Jerry Thompson, Sarah Giles, Mike Fuel, Jack Call, Chris Sindayan, Nina Thacker, Paul Ubaldi, Charlie Begarten, and Jerry Thompson. Thank you for our DSA inspectors of record, Manhua Chang and Elvis Lee. And to our furniture vendor, One Workplace. From One Workplace, Gabriella Cannon, Randy Schumoyer, Nancy O'Grady, and Irene Farina. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank my entire Dublin USD team, the facilities team here. I have the honor of being able to interview and hire almost all of them, and I really feel exceptionally lucky and exceptionally fortunate to have them on my team. So I'd like to thank Heidi, Sabina, Christopher, Miranda, Clara, Jack, Tabitha, Joel, and Tina from the facilities team. It takes teamwork to make the dream work, and we wouldn't have this dream in reality in front of us without the efforts of all those people. Most of all, I would like to thank my two project managers who worked this job for USD. That is Eric C. and Frida Bennett. They've spent 3 years of their lives dedicated solely to this project. And they're continuing to provide project management throughout phase 2 and throughout the design and construction of the Catherine C. Quo Performing Arts Center. And I want to especially thank them for their efforts. So with that, Francis, I'll turn the facilities or the procedures, the proceedings back over to you. Thank you.
Okay, and next, I'd like to introduce our student speakers, Funmi Minette from our ASB Leadership Council, and Neil Karor Parek, founding member of our EHS Speech and Debate Program. Welcome to the stage.
Okay, we've already done this, but what's up, Eros? How are you doing today? To begin, I want to ask you all just one question. How do you describe your freshman year? That's to you parents, students, and faculty.
Was it confusing?
We were supposed to stay on DHS campus for 5 months, right? What happened to that? Also, we were supposed to build a pool. What happened to that? And the new campus opened in January. Never mind.
At least it was fun, right?
Well, the fact that we were even standing on this campus is still quite insane to me. I still recall sitting in my room during quarantine in 6th grade, seeing that first picture, a barren plot of land with one pole sticking out of the ground.
You know, after a year of being on a completely different school, the days of having to constantly explain to others that, oh, my campus is being built, so we're borrowing classrooms at a different school, are finally over. For the class of 2027, this year has been anything but a straight and true path. At times, we even struggled to level the playing field. I still remember my friends debating on whether to go to Emerald or DHS, then waiting till the very last second to choose. This narrative is consistent, as everything we have done this year felt like it was on the fly. The very first event Emerald leadership held was planned after only a week. Club applications were submitted mere hours before they were due. Teachers used very creative methods to introduce passion for their subjects. We completely flipped the script.
But this didn't come easy. Being on another campus took a toll on us. Not that we expected a Goldilocks year, but it was a time of new beginnings. We were lost on the big DHS campus and wished for a place to call our own. But in time, we grew, both literally and metaphorically. From having 0 clubs, we rose to over 50 in just a few short months. Our debate team is now ranked top 10 in the state. We have the #1 archer in California, and our golf and tennis teams have both competed in state-level tournaments, finding their own individual success. Wherever we go, Erewhons are consistently striving for success. But it's not just the accolades that we collect. Our experience this year has made us all pioneers. We had to live in the moment and adapt to the changing circumstances. But whatever challenge we faced, we endeavored to do our best. Gradually, they became our triumphs. That is what the legacy of Emerald is. But as a wise rising sophomore, which is totally not me guys, said, true success requires both internal drive and motivation, but also the help of others.
Thus, we want to recognize everyone who made this incredible campus possible. Principal Rojas has been amazing. He has an unwavering commitment towards our Emerald community, a quality you would struggle to find in others. We must also recognize those who approved the bond measures, making this the very first high school built here in over 50 years. It has been, it must have been hard with every doubt and delay. To the design team, our teachers and our office staff who all worked tirelessly, and not to mention the construction team who built this beautiful campus beam by beam. You all made this possible and we thank you. This is where we shine. We are resilient, we persevere, and we are a community.
So, as we wrap up this short time together, I really don't want to end with something cliche or boring. Rather, I'm going to reference a man that we all know and love, Spider-Man. As he once said, it's a leap of faith. That's all it is, a leap of faith. We, the students, faculty, and parents, took a chance on the school, our school. And while the work is far from done, we've come a long way. So, I ask all of you, are you ready to take the future head on and show them who we are? Thank you.
That was amazing, and that's why we call ourselves the Amazing Erewhons. Okay, we are getting close to the plaque reveal and ribbon cutting, but before that, I have a couple more acknowledgements. I want to, from the bottom of my heart, really thank Dublin High School and Valley High School for taking us in this year. I often hear comments that, oh, Emerald is a new school, it's going to be better. And it's not, it's just new. And what we are building here as a community is all because of the work that the Dublin high school community has engaged in over the last half century. So we want to thank the Dublin high school community for creating traditions, cultures, excitement, all of our courses. We are indebted to the Dublin high school community, and we would love to continue the partnership and make sure that both our high schools here in Dublin High provide our students with a rigorous, a relevant, and meaningful education. So thank you, Dublin High School. And lastly, I would like to thank our parent organization, our Emerald High School Parent Faculty Student Organization, or PFSO. You can find them under the tent over to the right. They chartered themselves in December and have since then raised money, planned an amazing dance. If the students remember the dance, that was better than a prom I've ever been to, and I was an activities director. They've done so much amazing work, and I'm very grateful to our parent community, to our staff, our students, and our faculty for really coming together. And now that we are here at our permanent home, I can just see us fly, amazingly fly as Erewhons. So thank you. So in conclusion, before we reveal our plaque, I always ask students, parents, staff members to dream. This was once a dream of this community, and now it's a reality. And now that we have this school, we continue to dream. I ask my staff, what can we do? That's not the status quo. How do we push education beyond what we're used to, beyond to how we were educated? I ask our students, dream beyond college. College isn't a destination. It's your purpose and the career you're going to use as a vocation to fulfill that purpose in our world. So Emerald High School is a place, but what truly makes it a school are all of the people. So continue to dream. Dream for yourself, dream for us, and dream for our world. And just like how we built this beautiful campus, we can make those dreams a reality. Thank you. I'd now like to invite the members of our DUSD Executive Cabinet and Board to come over here to our podium, or what is this called? Easel, that's holding a very heavy piece of metal on it. I think it's 80 pounds. And if you can stand around it, and I'll have our superintendent and board president on the count of 3 lift the dedication plaque. Yeah, you just lit. Okay, so on the count of 3, wait. Okay, let's yeah. Okay, everyone in the picture, because these are all photo ops. Our dedication plaque, 1, 2, 3. And it reads, Emerald High School established 2023 with deep appreciation for the support of Dublin residents through local school fees and bond revenue generated by measures H and J, which made our school possible. Thank you to the Dublin community. We dedicate this school to you. Okay, and if I can have, go ahead and take some pictures. Okay, and if I'll ask the same group of people to now proceed to our ribbon, and I will hand President Cullum, check these out.
I'm right behind you.
And if we want to gather near the ribbons over there, our amazing Emerald High School cheerleaders, let's make our way over there as well.
Two, three.
Ha!